I'm just trying to do some other things at the same time. I just got caught unaware. Just thought I'd get this one in. It is Oulton. I said Oulton Towers on my last video. It's Donnington Park tomorrow. Literally, I'm setting off tomorrow. The final weekend for racing, which it's been a good year. Really, really good year. Really enjoyed it. So I can't say I haven't enjoyed this year. This year has been fantastic racing. Bit sad it's coming to end, but got a few things planned, haven't we? So it's like I've got a bit of competition on because I've got Gareth. Gareth's 3 points in front of me, and I spoke to Gareth, and Gareth said this is his bogey track. Last time we were here, I do know he went to see like away. I know that were Anglesey, but Gareth has said this is his bogey track. Last time we went to Donnington, I think he came second in one race. I don't know. I think he came off in other two. So it is everything to play for between me and Gareth, and it's for fourth. No matter what, me and Gareth can't get into third place. It's like David can't get into. He can't win it. Snowball can. Snowball's got a chance, but there's nothing saying Snowball's going to win at all, because I've got my man Gavin. Our Gavin's like well ahead. I say well ahead. He is. He's actually Durant. Gavin's 349 points. He's like 42 points in front of Snowball. So David, who's in third, can get Snowball, and Snowball can get Gav, but David can't get Gav. But I can beat Gareth to get fourth place in championship. I'm actually really, really happy about finishing where I am, to be honest. I've done all season. I had one little crash, Croft, which went from third place to sixth place. That were a bit gutting. So we're in third that weekend. I crashed and came sixth. The bike's all prepped. I've even been out and put my lap timer, transponder on charge. Everything's ready. Biggest thing is we've just, funny enough, we've looked at the times, the schedule for weekend, and we're in Newcomer Thou. Now, they have changed it from originally. Originally, they had us down as out third. They've now got us out as first. So we're qualifying first. We're racing first. But what it's done is it's thrown a spanner in for endurance, because we've got qualifying on Saturday morning. Then we've got endurance qualifying after lunch. But then, literally, endurance qualifying finish, we've got race one. So we've got Ryan. Excuse me. We've got Ryan. So Ryan can actually finish. We'll let him do last qualifying session, but because me, Lenny and Lee will all need to go and get in Park Ferme, ready to go out for, it's not called Park Ferme, to get ready to go out to do race one. Bit of running around for changing tyres and stuff. That is an issue. We'll have to plan that. How's Lenny's bike? Funny enough, he's just sent me a picture, and he's just had handlebars arrived today. I had a spare set for him anyway, even if he didn't. I've got an exhaust bracket. We'll literally fix it. So Lenny's going to actually turn up early for a change tomorrow. So I'll probably get there about 3-ish, something like that. And then Lenny's going to get there early because we've got his bike to literally put back together. I've got all fairings. I've got a bracket for his exhaust. So we've still got a fair bit to do, but his bike's running. He has done all adaptations on his bike as well. So he's done all the throttle, because with that, he's got the GS 911 as well. So literally, if you put anything new on, you have to then go on and Ryan's in. Ryan is in the room. Ryan, have you got your email from, or your text from No Limits while you're on? But no, so he's done all adaptations because obviously everything weren't working right, so he's put it all together. Have you done any additional prep as you're doing endurance? I bought extra fuel. I've already been buying tyres for it, to be honest, ready. So I've got spare tyres for me. I bought them at last round off Dan. So they're SC2s. So I'm going to use SC2 for endurance. I've got some SC2 cuts for Lee, but I spoke with Lee. He didn't want them. Ryan, do you want me to bring you a set of tyres? Let me know. I've got spare sets here. It saves you paying out for a set of tyres. I bought them off Caden Wilkinson, British super stock lad. He literally did 6 laps on them. Lee don't want to use them. He's going to use the K1. But I've got some SC2 cuts if you want them. You're all... Oh, yeah, that's that. So it is one of them where I can't wait. I can't wait for this weekend. Not only just for sprint racing, but for endurance. So, Durant, this is Ryan. Ryan's in comments as well. I did try and get... I keep saying his name wrong. Durant. I did try and get another team together. Not with me, but there was Durant and another lad. They definitely wanted to do it, but then a couple of other lads, too late for them. So Ryan, if you were calling it, well, I already had a bloke in place for you. Do you use what's that? Wow, what do you use to change tyres at the track? I changed my own. I bought a brand new tyre again for second and third race, so I have bought one. So they'll change that tyre, but I do actually change my own tyres. I've got tyre changing stuff, like it's an MX one. I had to adapt it. Well, literally, I've changed my own tyres. I change tyres for people because they won't spin tyres at the track. They're not allowed to. If anything happens, they can get sued. But lads come up to me and like, can you change my tyre out? Literally, so that you can use other side of it. A lot of tyres you can spin anyway. So I do fix my own tyres and all that sort of stuff. So it's an easy one for me. Gives me something to do. Only thing, I have got wets on at the moment. It's supposed to be nice this weekend. So when I get there tomorrow, I think I'm going to change my wet to the SC2 so that I can have that ready for endurance because I'll use it for qualifying. I've got to figure it out. I've got to figure it out on what I'm doing because it'll be a bit quick change. Ryan's going to do last session in endurance, like I said, and then that gives us 3 time to go for our sprint race. Originally, it was 600s. It weren't us. It weren't Newcomer 1000. But now, that's it. Only bummer about this weekend. Originally, we got asked, and it weren't by No Limits, don't get me wrong, it weren't by No Limits, but they asked, like Roger and that, asked if we were going to stay on Sunday night. They did it last year, apparently. And I'm like, you know something, instead of rushing off home like I normally do, last race of the season, and me, Lenny, Lee, we all spoke about it. I put Monday off and everything, and they have. And now they've come up with, and it's on instructions, there's an event on Monday, so you can't stay at track Sunday night. Good. We were planning to have a few beers and everything, and now it's like, oh, cancel. It's like twats. So really, really, really looking forward to the weekend. It should be a good one. It should be a good one. Not. I'm hoping to go as fast as I've ever gone. Ryan, what I will say is, if you're still here, I've been checking your times on TSL. So I've checked your times out, even for were it Brands you were at this weekend, or were it Brands? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I checked your times out. I've checked your times out for when you were last at Donnington as well. So you're going out first. I don't know if Lenny's told you. You're going out first, so you're doing 2 stints with Lee. So what it is, there's 4 of us. I'll explain if people listen. There's 4 of us in endurance. It's over 3 hours. Normally with 4, you'd just do 45 minutes. That'd be your stint. What's your target? 141. I'm hoping to get a 140. To be honest, I'm hoping to get a 140. I did a 143 last time I was there, so I'm hoping to get a 140. New tyres, so if I can get under a 140, I'm even happier. But because there's 4 of us, normally you do 45 minutes. But it's Lee's last race, and Ryan's come in, and it was like it's paying money to come and race at endurance. So it was like, why don't we let Ryan and Lee have 2 sessions each? Then me and Lenny, we're happy with half hour, so we're going to do half hour sessions instead of 45. Yes, we do a lot more pit changes, but you got to be in it and finish to get points. So what we're going to do is, Ryan's going out first. I'll let you know, Ryan. So you're running over track. You're that knobhead. You're going to be running over track, jumping up bike and going for it. Hey, I have been checking your times. So you've not done bad then if that were your first time, Ryan. I can tell you that. But Ryan's going to be there running over track. Don't drop the bike. Don't fall over. Baz did that. It's so funny. And then Lee's going to go out. Then it's either me or Lenny for third and fourth session. Then Ryan, and then we've decided to give Lee the last one to take glory. It's his last race. In reality, it's his last race weekend. We'll let him take glory. So that's how we're planning on running it. If anything, it's the qualifying is just the awkward bit, and it's just because we've got to get ready for the race 1. That's all it is. But can't wait for it. I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to do an endurance all year, and it's only because I didn't want to put my bike through the stress of it. That's the only reason I haven't done it, to be honest. It's last round now. Points are going to be decided. Whereas I've been trying to keep this position, do you know what I mean? So it's one of them. Why is Lee packing it? Lee's packing it he's done racing for a few years now, and he's got a family. He's got a missus. He's got a young daughter, and he won't watch me how much it costs to go racing. Doing Lee's quite open about it. Doing. He wants to go and spend time with his family, do all family, why would he not? So Lee wants to go and do all that sort of stuff, which is absolutely the right thing to do. It's like Dan Fletcher. Dan Fletcher's stopped racing to start his own business. You got to think what's best for family and best for you. End of the day, it's only a hobby. You know, someone keeps messaging me and I got a clue because I can't answer it. But that's why Lee's packing it. And it's only because it's still going to come, as in, it's still going to come and watch. We'll say we'll get him tickets anytime. And talk about the man himself when he pops in. Money and time is important, and his family's important. So he's gonna spend it with them. So I wonder if I don't know how to do this. Let's see what that option. No, that don't give me an option. We're going to see if I could invite. No, I'm going to see if I could invite Leon then. I'm going to have to figure that out. I will figure out how to get people on. So instead of it just being me, can I have like different screens and get other. I'll figure that out. So I will figure that. As you can see, let's take this endurance home. Hey, I'm in it to win it. You've got to get over that finish line. Well, we can't win championship. It's our first race. There's so far I've seen 7 of us in our category. Endurance. There's like 40 teams or something like 38 teams I think are in doing endurance this weekend. It's one full pit. We'll say no, it's just like a normal race for us, newcomer lads. There's 40 on that grid anyway, but 7 of them are C1. It's a C1 class cup. Then N1s, there's only a few in that, and then it's like N6, C6, street bike, Honda 50, Donnington Honda 50. But as you can see, Lee's still going to be coming. That's it. I'm still coming. Got to see the factory boys. Yes. Well, funny enough, Ryan, I looked at your Cadwell times, and was it raining or were it like wet conditions? Because I'm not being funny. I could have Ryan B. I looked at Cadwell times. It was like, God, if we were in Bemsey, it'd be. I'd have won one of them races. Honestly, it was like if that's the times, I'd have won one at races. Yeah, it was wet all week. Fair enough. So, good times then. Good times in wet. Ryan Bell, you can't swear. Oh yeah, we don't do swearing on here. But it's one of them. Ryan's our little like hidden fast lad, I hope. Lee's our fast lad. Donnington. Lee's definitely our fast lad, and I don't care what he says. He can pull it out at back. He needs to pull it out at back for this one. It's his last one. So Lee's going to be doing that. Can't wait for endurance. Honestly, it's going to be such a laugh doing. And then we can just chill out. We can chill out Saturday. Like I said, it's a shame we can't stay Sunday. It is one of them. He's going to the fast one. I'm just making the numbers. Oh, right, Lee. Did I show you? Who did I show? I don't know. I think I've shown Lenny. I've shown Lenny armband. I think I've said it to Lee anyway. Sal, girlfriend, she made the armbands, and we've got nylon like silky ones. Lee's got a pink one. We've got a blue, green, and white, but they're silky. So at least we don't have to buy them as well. I've done alt numbers as well. So I've got alt numbers. They're all done. We've just got to put them on. Ryan, never been with No Limits. I done my ACU, but ended up racing Bemsey. Yeah, which I have enjoyed. Talking of which, I mean, people bitch No Limits, and yeah, they've got a few issues. And the staff are not the staff. The staff, they're absolutely brilliant with me. I've really enjoyed racing with No Limits. Really, really enjoyed racing with No Limits. And yeah, there's a few issues like you can't get newcomers in. Grid's full. They're letting people in who's not getting any points in front of lads who have got points into race. Stuff like that. But that's nothing to do with staff. I don't know what that's to do with. But I've had a really, really brilliant year with No Limits. And yeah, things happen. Oulton Park, that's the inevitable. You can't change stuff like that. Only thing with Oulton Park, which I didn't enjoy, was the half test day, the qualifying, and then endurance all, and then the second day endurance and both races, because then they just need to look at that. Just have Thursday as the test day. Friday is qualifying race 1 and endurance, and then Saturday is race 2 and 3, and at least we'll get that. Ryan, I got lucky last day. You mate, don't you worry. Lee, I've been watching you. Ryan, I got lucky last time. Must have done the national track. No, oh God, I would be, don't listen to Lee. Now, Lee, I was following it, not for very long. He left me at Donnington, but I was following Lee through, and it's just brilliant watching him because he just leaves these massive black lines wherever at corners. Honestly, it's like, how much time is he using there? Hence, I'm shit at coming out at corners, but Lee ain't. Lee's got to stop braking too early into corners, but it comes out at corners so good. His front wheels up, back wheels like leaving a black line. It's brilliant to watch from behind. Really, really uses so much tyre. I got lucky. Must have been on the national track by accident. Well, I need to bring my A game because my last round is in 3 weeks at Donnington. Oh, this is going to be a corker for you then. So this, for Ryan, this is just a pre-warm-up for his last round. That's the thing, Ryan. Bemsey seemed to do a lot less laps. I think that, and it's like when we're at Donnington, I overtook Luke Coop and I made one mistake and Luke came past me. But it took me 3 laps to then catch him back up from doing that mistake to overtake him again in the last corner on the last lap. Not Melbourne, the next one, the left-hander. And if we'd have been at Bemsey, I wouldn't have had time to catch him. I just think there's not enough laps at Bemsey. That's all. You'll be flying. Ryan, I've looked at your times. You are flying. Don't worry about it at all. They're preparing to let people register in newcomers, and they're not. Right. So I'm going to come to Geron. I'm going to come to this because I've spoke with someone else as well. This is to do with licenses. We'll cover that shortly. Yeah, we'll come to that one. Everyone says we do less laps, but we do 4 races on the weekend, so I think it works out. Only trouble with that, Ryan, is it's just it takes a few laps to get into a race. So I know you're supposed to be off foot start, but you know what I mean? I've only ever done my fast laps and them last couple of laps. I don't seem to do them at the beginning. Slow burner. Graham Poole. So, hi, Graham. I have literally mentioned you on. I've just done another. I did the championship standings before this video. So, Graham Poole does the photos, and Graham, I've mentioned you on the championship standings. I've just mentioned you because I've used your photos on there. So, hi, Graham. Would you ever consider changing clubs? I don't know. I might join different clubs and do a few races. The thing is, there's rumours, which if you've gone on No Limits and gone on NLR 26, it gives all dates. There is rumours. So I know the endurance, the rumour for that 12-hour endurance, so tempting, but I can't do it on that bike. I might do that. I might do the 12-hour engine. I won't because if you look 2 weeks before it, you're racing. 2 weeks after it, you're racing. So you're racing literally three times in 6 weeks. Be too much, I think. I'll probably not. I'll probably still do it, but that's supposed to be Anglesey, the full circuit. I don't know what national, international, whatever it's called. I know a lot of people don't like it. Roger definitely don't like it. But there's a long straight. Instead of coming down the corkscrew bit, you then turn left there and go up a long straight, turn around, come back down straight, and then get back on start finish line. I've never done that circuit, but obviously corkscrew bit I have. So that's supposed to be 12-hour. Rumour is they're doing Thruxton. So that's another one down south. And this, and I know it's my fault for living up north, but the closest track here is Croft, and that's still over an hour away from me. An hour, let's say an hour. I don't know, hour and 10, something like that, from where I live. So it's that's the closest track. But Thruxton's supposed to be on calendar next year. I am doing next year, no matter what. But I might jump into NG or I might do Bemsey, depending on where they are. I might do Bemsey at Cadwell. I did all right at Cadwell. Enjoyed Cadwell. Would you ever consider changing clubs? I've been there recently. At times, it's a 5-6 lap race. It takes me to lap 3 to warm up. It's slow, but you see, it's one of them. I'm absolutely saying that. If you've watched race 2 for Oulton, do you see me start? I actually got a start. I didn't. A couple of lads come past, but Jesus, compared to where I normally am, didn't use launch control. I just old schooled it. Yes. And I actually got a decent start at Oulton Park. I can't believe it. I'm not normally this good. So I'm really, really happy with that start. And I just don't think I'm going to use launch anymore. It just don't seem to work for me. How good would I've never been to Thruxton. I've watched it on British. In fact, I watched it again the other day on British Superbikes. I don't know why I pointed at this telly because I know he's sitting over the room. But I watched it the other day again, and I can't remember what it were. I think it were highlights for Thruxton. And it's not far off Mallory, really, is it? It's a fast track, and you know I hate Mallory. Come on, I've said it numerous times. Anglesey, too short. You know what I mean? It's just over a minute to get round. All right, 1 minute 13 were it or 70? I can't remember now. 1 minute whatever. But it's a very, very short lap. I like them a bit longer. That's why I like Snetterton. That's why I like Brands. Do you know what I mean? Cadwell, Donnington. I do think Donnington's becoming my favourite track. I really, really do. But Thruxton, it just seems to be a really, really fast track. It looks like there's some good flowing through it. Only problem tyre wear for us, but yeah, there you go. But I've never look at Lee Moneybags trying different clubs. I've got an ACU. Hey, no Visi vest for this lad no more. This lad's got his big boy pants on. I'll shit myself when they put it as a national licence and not a clubman. Shit myself on that one. ACR, right. Ryan will talk about that shortly. Yeah. I am going to talk about that. Because I've spoken to a couple of people about it as well. You only race the 600 start unless you have a road bike licence. Mallory is good, but too short for a sow. Mallory is 57 seconds for me on an R6 and 58 on an R1. Yeah, that's right. Generally, so even if you have a road license, they won't. Right, we'll talk about it now. And I think it was, what was his name? Callum. I can't remember his name. On track day, it were track day addicts. It were track day addicts because I checked it out again because I had another look. But literally, he's put something out and it's from BMRCC. And it was saying about newcomer thou. Next year, as of next year, they will not be running a newcomer. So they won't be. No matter what, they're not running a newcomer thou. And it did say at the end of that paragraph that other clubs are going to be following suit because it's going to be through ACU. So, of course, everyone's like, bullshit. Look, go and find it on Track Day Addicts and the amount of comments. And people are like, yes, you know, a lot of not negative, but people who think that it's right that you shouldn't be able to jump on a big bike. But on the other side of that is there's some big lads who get on a 600. You might as well be on a Honda 50, little Plag 50 going round track. And they've ridden 1,000cc bikes for years on the road and on the track. As I'll tell you now, I went on I did it proper. I started on small bikes and worked my way up to 1,000cc on the roads. And then I had multiple 1,000cc's on the road. I don't mean like a 2,000cc bike. I meant like lots of 1,000 bikes. I went on track with 1,000cc bike, a 5 PW. Yeah. Did a track day on it. So I was Rossi. Did a second track day on it. Broke my legs. Brilliant. I'll tell you what I did. I went down to a 600. Because of that, I went down to a 600 and I went on to a Thundercat. I've got a Thundercat, not this Thundercat, it was another one. It was a Thundercat which I made into a race bike and I used it just for racing. And I tell you what, I learned how to ride a bike on racetrack using a 600. I got rid of that 600 when I was good. And did I get? I went from novice to inters. I can't remember if I actually got into the fast group on a 600 on that Thundercat. I can't. I'm going to say no. I think I stayed in inters. And then I got an old R1, a 4XV R1, which then not a fuel injected, it was carbed. So I got an old R1 and then used that. And like proper learned how to handle 1,000. And it were always at Cadwell or Snetterton. And I used that 1,000, that R1 until it was time to get another one, which then I went for 48, which I've got now. One on that 4XV, I did move up into fast group on that 4XV because it was just a little bit too fast. I didn't have to win inters. I didn't need that trophy. Let the big boys with big bucks win inters trophy. Makes no difference, does it? But I did that, and then obviously I've had different bikes, but I've always had that R1, and I can throw that R1 around Cadwell. Absolutely no problems at all. I know what it's doing. I know how it feels. I know exactly. And so yes, I did it that way. And then I've gone into newcomers as a new Camel Thou. Why would I want to go down to a 600 as a newcomer? You know what I mean? I can't imagine lads who have been riding 1,000cc bikes for years and on racetrack, on track days. I can't see them moving back down to a 600. They'll just not come racing. If that's the point, they will just not come racing. Now, the lads, here's the caveat to it. What about the lads who have been racing already on 1,000cc, had an accident, and I'm talking about Ben here, Ben Newbury, because I spoke with Ben this week via messages. And Ben's put money into getting his bike back together to go racing next year. Ben ain't got his 10 stamps, his 10 signatures or events, whatever you want to call them. So what? He's got to now waste all that money to go on a 600 so he can get rid of his vest. I think they've got to put something in there where I think if you have raced on a Thou, then you should be allowed to finish as a newcomer next year in Cup. Let's say it's in Cup, yeah, but you have to wear your Visi vest until you get your 10 events. You then upgrade your license, and that's got rid of newcomer Thou. I think that's a better idea than just saying there's no more newcomer, because there's people invested a lot of money into racing, and not being funny, if someone's done races this year, but Max, let's take Max. Max Warner did first race. He couldn't get in, so he's been doing other stuff. So he hasn't been able to get into a race weekend since. Now Max is in this weekend. But Max hasn't got enough stamps. You're telling me he's now got to go back down to a 600, get rid of his bike, go back to a 600. Then, where is Vizzy Vest till he gets his stamps? Then he can sell that bike to then buy another 1000cc bike to move back up. There's a load of caveats to it, and it's like I don't think they can just say, "Oh, newcomers are done." I mean, a lot of people go, "Ah, you shouldn't be jumping on a big bike to race anyway." Hey, if people have been riding bikes for a lot of years, I haven't even read a message. I haven't even read one comment since I went on that tangent. Let's see what you've been saying. Saturday, Ryan will be getting called Ryan Red Bull. Ryan Red Bull. You see, bigging you up already, Ryan. No pressure at all here, mate. That's my nickname. Get your two want to get her up, sending love hearts and shit. I found the change from 600 to 200. So Lee did actually race 600, and then he moved it to 1000. Multiple 1000 on the road, big difference. It's crazy, yeah. As you're saying, learning racecraft on the 600 is key. I thought I were Rossi. I really thought I were good on a motorbike. Broken Legs said different. A bike that were too powerful for me at that time. Doing my second track day on 1000cc. That's why I went down to 600. Still had 1000cc on road. Totally different riding on road than it is racetrack. I've never seen you before. Yes, he's right, mate. Wish I had moved on, stayed on the 600. Shut up, Lee. I've never seen you before. I don't believe you're bad. Getting slower than me over the next 2 rounds. If you're a newcomer 600 and you do a year's racing, you should be a newcomer moving up to 1000. No, if you're a newcomer 6, so how are they going to? You've got that one. So you have got a valid point. So if they're saying you're a newcomer 600 and you want to move up to 1000, do you then become a newcomer 1000? Or do you just move up to 1000cc? You're in with big boys. Crack on. Good point. Very valid point, that one. Oh, that's a good one, that, Durant. Ryan Lee, stop it. I've seen that's rubbish, Neil. I didn't think of that. It will affect people like Max badly. All right. You mean you didn't think of that side of it? So, like, what happens to them who have been racing and now can't actually go racing on the 1000? Where are they? It's like Andy's got enough, even though Andy's crashed, Andy's got enough stamps to upgrade his license. Ben hasn't. Max hasn't. Doing. I don't know about the other lads. Who's got all the stamps? Doing. So, ups and downs, mainly downs. You've had some good rounds, Lee. Doing. You've had some good rounds. I'll tell you what, Ryan's Cotton, no downs, mate. I have. Anglesey were a bit of a bitch for me. I think I'm more angry with myself than all else. But I've had a fantastic time with Lenny and Lee. Honest to God. And I didn't know Lee last year. And it was Lenny who introduced us in reality. Even though we've raced the same thing for a few races, doing Lee just blanked us newcomers, I'll tell you. But no, Lee introduced us, and what an absolute brilliant year I've had with these two. They're both knobheads. You've got Lenny, no money, no problem. Throw the full factory bits on his bike. And then you've got Lee, full factory team following him around country. He's like Lewis Hamilton's Formula One team. So I've had a really, I can't say enough about Lenny and Lee. It's been a fantastic year. Really enjoyed it. Had some really good times. Really good times. So there's no downs for me when it comes to who's been racing with. Oh, it's gone a bit like isn't running. Oh, Bemsy aren't running rookie next year. It will be 6 and Thou will be cut. Oh, there you go. But if the rookie, what about if the new in the house, do they have to wear vests or are they just like it's been a brilliant race family. Brilliant race family. Fine wall. Right, plan was doing it great. Bemsy is just so serious. Oh, what do you mean by Bemsy is so serious? What do you mean by Bemsy is not so serious? Are they like? You see, we have a laugh doing, and in essence, we're it back doing, and not Lee. Lee's been right on that, and he'll say different. He's just had a couple of shitters, but Lee's like middle of pack. But we have our little racers at the back, us. And I'll tell you what, I get over that finish line. I'm a winner. I don't care. Doing. I don't need some plastic trophy to say, well done, you're a winner. I'm a winner every time I go over that line when I finish the race because I've took part. I've really, really enjoyed it. And it's something I love doing. Absolutely love doing. Every single time I get a little bit better, a little bit faster. You watch me next year. Top at pole, I'm not. Right, every rider's just got their heads up their own arse. All right. So the good thing about, and this is so Ryan's brought up, and I've mentioned this numerous times. There's such a difference between track days and racing. And I don't mean because you get trophies. What I mean is the people, even though racers do track days and racers normally come from track days, when you're track daying, you are there for yourself. If you're with your mates, you're with your mates. Yeah. So all track days are you're there for yourself. Just go and ride. Just try and beat your time. You're not allowed to time. Tell me one person who doesn't time. Someone even timed one of my old one of my old track days. He put a comment on me, Snetterton. First day on bike, first day at year. He's like, doing a 2:23 in fast group, you're dangerous. Are you kidding? Someone timed it. I didn't time it. Someone must have been there. Oh, he's done it. And then had a little whinge of me. I'm like, no lines were armed in this. But track days, you are only there for yourself or your little group of mates. Whereas racing, when you're on track, you're racing. There's no mates on track when you're racing. It's that. But the minute you come off that track, everyone will help you. And they do. And it's such a different community of people at racing. No one wants to see anyone get injured. No one wants to see anyone come off. No one at all wants someone not to race because the bike's knackered. And everyone will help. And I found that to be such a good thing at No Limits. There is such a brilliant set of people. Everyone who... Not everyone. not everyone. Literally everyone is fantastic at No Limits, and in paddock. Everyone will talk. And we just have a laugh. It's an absolute ball. My plan. So we're racing again next year, right? I am anyway. Lee's not. He's bottled it. Scared of Lenny. But I'm racing. Lenny's supposed to be racing as well. So you're quite welcome to join. And plan. Every rider's got their heads up their own. I've been through that. Scotland have 2,000 classes clubmen, which are like us. People like Tommy Fielding, it's actually all right. Problem with No Limits is They have prize money for the big boys. No, I ain't got a problem with that. So Tommy is in the Super Series. So they've got Premier and Super Series running together. The fastest lads, I'm going to say the top 5 in Cup should be in Premier or Super. They would be on podium. And this is, I've whinged about this no end of time, sandbaggers. We call them sandbaggers. You know what I mean? It's one where it pisses people off because the lads who really should be getting on the podium are the top 10 lads. Sorry, 15 and upwards. So the lad who finishes in 15th and upwards, up to, I don't know, 6th, 5th, they're the lads that should be winning. You know, stood up podium. The top lads are so fast, much faster than other lads. I just think it's a bit unfair, but that's my little tangent on that one. And it does stop people moving up. Yes, it does, because there's no places for them. So if them lads moved up where there is places, then we'd have 5, 6 more lads back in either Cup or newcomer. Old School's got shitloads of people in. Have you seen the entry list for this weekend? Old School, I think it's got like 8 lads in. They're all doing it. Which Adam's already won it. Adam, he hadn't already won it, but he only has to finish. Adam's a really, really nice lad. Let me one of his spares. All right, so even without trophies, fun comes from people around you. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, the people at No Limits, at racing, should I say, it's so good. If you can only, it was only the month help someone change a clutch in their RSV4. Ooh, look at you. Get to race. And he wouldn't, and you mean, God, the amount of times I brought spares out of my caravan, including tyre warmers. Let me one of his spares. Oh, what? Oh, it's girlfriend. She's just messing with lights. Yeah, if you help someone, you expect some back. But it is one of them. I want to race with No Limits, just refuse to do Croft and Anglesey. Why? What's wrong with Croft and Anglesey, apart from being small? Don't say they're too far away. If they change their calendar, I'll come. Croft is brilliant. First time I've ever been at Croft this year. I did quite like it. It is a short track, but I did quite like it. Some really fast stuff. And, I mean, I crashed there, but... Hey, if you're not crashing, you're not trying. I didn't mean that either. Racing is first. Family, one thing that kept me going. Zero budget for the last 4 years. So yeah. People come and go. You always work out. You need to work together. Bob Dog, hello. I'm glad you're racing next year. Nice one, Mucker. DM1. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on neon lights on the ferry? You're not allowed them at racing. Right. DM1. I don't know who it is. It's my son. If you're into like crap jungle music or whatever he does, he's got some vids on that. But the Thundercat I actually bought for my son, which is DN1 in the comments. I bought it for him, but then he went and passed his car license. I bought it in for racing. I did buy him, he passed it. So he actually had a race license as well. He's let that expire. We went to Mallory and I had a CBR 600. I bought him a CBR 600 to do his race license on. But this Thundercat's got neon light. I didn't put them on. I did not. When I bought it, I was like, oh, press this button. It's got neon lights. I'll tell you what. I'm like, no, man. Now, because of where I live, I have to go through Tyne Tunnel. And when I've been to work on bike, I put neon lights on to go through tunnel. I better look a right tit. Hey, you've got to have. You've got to. Oh, if I ever do it, I'm going to try and get a picture of neon lights on it. I'm actually selling it, and I'm actually put there's neon lights on it. You can have them if you want them. Oh my God! Cheers, Lou, for that one. Well, come on, Neil, throw a 6 and enjoy. Keep up with the messages. I know. Neil's on me all the time. I'm just a spare parts man. That's all I am. It's way too. Oh, come on, Ryan. I have to come right down to Brands. It took me like 6.5 hours. Oh my God, 6.5 hours. If you can go to Cadwell, you can definitely get to Croft. You know, and it's only another 2 hours. Angles is a bitch for everyone, I think, to be honest. Neil Defo pull I didn't. Oh my God. Hey, I better get myself 1,000 then. Yeah, you idiots. Right. I can't believe he's mentioned neons. What a knob. He whinged because he come on one before and he said I didn't mention him. At least I caught that one quick, so he might have still been on. My own son don't do much mute. Says he does, he's full of shit. Oh my God. Can you imagine putting neons on racing? In fact, I don't know. Oh, you weren't behind me at all last year. Like, you might have overtook me last year. I had on my bike. It's got one of them 2D. You know, things you plug in. You know, to put in your computer. It's a data logger. I've got a 2D data logger on bike. It's got a flashing blue light. I had it actually on the side of bike. Some lads, I think I don't know if it was Baz or Scott. Well, did your bike have a blue light on it? He knows they lapped me. Well, yeah, I'm pleased. You were fucking speeding. But it flashes blue. And I actually had it on outside at bike and it was flashing blue light. I'm like, that's a bit off-putting. So I do actually hide it under the seat now. No limit. I don't think No Limits have set out. I spoke to someone and they mentioned that spoke to ACU and ACU denied it. But have ACU not rolled it out yet? Is that so someone spoke to the lass at ACU. I can't remember who it was. I really can't remember who it was. But she actually said she didn't know about it, so I don't know. And I did throw this question to Mark Berry other night because I was asking Mark if like stuff I've got planned for Donnington still on, and I just says, "Oh, is this And I did say something, but he didn't reply on that, so I don't know whether or not it's real. I really don't know. But you missed the yellow vest so much. You got some neons. I've only just got rid of that missy vest. I was going to do an orange armband. I was going to cut it up and do an orange armband, but Lenny needs it. Because he got knocked off, he actually needs it. That's the beauty of that one. Well, I do need to talk about other stuff. Where is it? Right. Oh, British superbikes. Let's talk about British superbikes for a minute. I don't know if you watched it. Lee, you didn't because you were in another country. But British superbikes at Assen. I tell you what, that'd be a mint track for No Limits to do around that. I don't know how many people. I can't afford shit like, but I'd still find money to do that. I do like the look of Assen. But it were at Assen. What a crock of shit coverage. I mean, proper crock of shit. I've never known so bad. I've got BT Sports, and honestly, and it recorded an hour. It recorded an hour on Saturday, an hour on Sunday. Where were all the rest of racing? In fact, the first race, that wasn't even worth doing. But like, how bad were it? And yes, there's up and coming young lads coming, rookies, but I'd rather watch prop races. So what a letdown. Obviously I've seen highlights since, but watching it live, shocking. And the only way I got to see results were by watching highlights, which pretty good racing, gotta admit. Christopher Ridden, he had a really, really good weekend, Christopher Ridden. But he's always been good in wet anyway. So, British Bags. I don't know if anyone else watches this year. Did anyone else watch endurance racing? Yeah. 24-hour Boulder, whatever it's called. I actually watched it. Not 24 hours. Jeez, should have gone mad. But absolutely, I love watching shit like that. Bob Dog, you watched it as well? Only trouble with it is, same again. The coverage was, I can't know the coverage because it did a 9-hour stint. But then, it didn't record anything after that 9 hours. So like the second day, nothing. I did watch it live. And I think I watched hours of it. Hours and hours. And then on the Sunday, I was watching it on the Sunday morning. And then I thought, there's 4... I watched up till about 4 hours left. I thought, we'll go and do whatever I had to do. Come back and I watched finish. They were off. They turned it off for British Superbikes, which then was shit. Didn't even see who won. Did not even, I know who won that, but it's literally the coverage of motorbike racing on BT Sports has been horrendously shit. Really, really bad doing. And I just wish they'd record something fully, or at least let us watch something fully. I mean, I've got other whinges about BT Sports because it's all streamed now. You record something, it disappears week after, so you can't rewatch it. That's enough. Look at me having whinges again. Lee, but with BT. So my internet's BT. So, and I pay extra for Euros. I pay extra for sports. I at least expect it. Which beamer though? Bob Dog. Which beamer? 37 or 76? Because Gwintoli were on 37 and they were in second. I've got a Fire Stick. 30. Gutted. Yeah, gutted on that one. So Yamaha came second. Yeah. So Yart, is it Yart? Yart took title. Is it Yart? I'm sure it's Yart, isn't it? Because they finished second, so they won title. Lee, I was celebrating. What? For a Yamaha? Your short parts brakes were warped. I snorted then. Right. Anyway, obviously, coverage of racing on TV is absolutely shocking at minute. Really, really bad. Gutted about that. Alan cruised it over the line. Yeah. Ostia. I thought it was Yart. Right. This weekend, No World Superbikes. I tell you what I watched. I watched them on YouTube this morning. I had a little bit of time before I went to work. It were Johnny Ray, and it would. They did like an extended interview with him, and you had Alex Lowe's on the top rack, and they were just talking about obviously his career and with him retiring. I enjoyed watching that this morning. Nice little bit of motorbikes before I go to work, but it's good. So I can't remember what it was called, but it was just like a half-hour interview with Johnny Ray, Alex Lowe's, and stuff like that, and people just talking about him. Lee, I got a Fire Stick, but my Fire Stick just never ever works. I bought the latest 4K one as well. Big massive memory, and it's shite. Drinking whiskey on a school night. Right, no World Superbikes this week. That's that one. Japan. MotoGP's in Japan this weekend. I do love MotoGP. In fact, it's on my phone. I was going to do on the standings, championship standings. I'm going to go through standings and like obviously Gav's Marc Marquez, Snowballs, Alex Marquez. I ended up. In fact, if you check it out, I'm actually Pedro Acosta at this very minute in our championship. So if Gav's winning, so he's Marc Marquez. I'm fifth at this very minute. I'm Pedro Acosta, the young and coming. I'm probably oldest on grid. So Japan this weekend, and MotoGP's on next week as well. Next weekend, so it's Indonesia next weekend. I think Mark's got it this weekend, doesn't he? So he only needs to get 3 points more than Alex to take championship on that one. So it is one of them. Evening, Neil. Looking forward to Saturday. Bring my 6-year-old for a boys' day out. Oh, nice one. Well, we're in Garage 23. If you want to pop down, sit on my bike and everything. Take a picture of him on bike. I don't mind at all. There'll be me, Lee, Lenny, and Ryan. Ryan's up the top somewhere. Pop down. Come and say hello, and don't sit on Lee's yammer. You don't want to be sat on that. But definitely come down, say hello. 6-year-old, get him to sit on bikes, get some pictures of that. We're all up for it. We're quite easy on that one. Has anything been done about the guy that knocked Lenny off? He's not racing this weekend. It's not for me to say. I haven't even named him. It's not for me to name him or anything. Any of that sort of stuff. All I know is Lenny's got video footage of him taking his front wheel. He was involved in second crash as well. It weren't, but I don't know who was to blame or who was not to blame for that one. So I'm really not commenting on that one. He's not racing this weekend. A little common decency. You take someone out, you come and apologise, you make sure they're all right. Do you know what I mean? It is one of them. But definitely not racing this weekend. Championship winning pedigree in the endurance. Better be this weekend, Lee. You better be fastest lad on that track this weekend. So we can sit on a championship winning bike. Yeah. Loads older, but not. What age is your bike? What age is your bike, Lee? Come on, pop it up. 200 points. 20. Oh, for some reason, I thought it were an 18. It's like 1 year older than mine. And Lenny's. Making out. It's like ancient. I'll bring me 4C8. I'm joining old school bikes, me. I make it look good. Oh, there you go. So Lee, Ryan's on a 2008. Oh, Ryan, you've screwed up. You could have gone into the old school. Your bike would have probably got into old school, Thou, and you'd have been racing wheels anyway. 173 brake horse. That's not bad, especially in rain. Lifesaver that in rain. Turn that mode down. Right. We have been going for over an hour. I think I've laughed for about 20. I can't believe my son's come on, thrown a grenade in and disappeared. Neon lights and knobhead. Right. So, Ryan, we can't be. Yeah. We've let it ties down if he beats us. I've seen his lap times, Lee. It's definitely beating us. Not you. Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. I'm going to call it a day. Do us a favour. If you are watching this, do us a favour. Press like, because if you press like, it shares this around. And I think there's like a hype or something button now. The algorithms are like shocking at the minute on YouTube. They're like not sharing stuff and all that sort of stuff. Give Neil a like and a subscribe. Lee, you need to upload some videos. I had a look. I stalked you this afternoon on subscriptions, and you haven't put anything off. You get money. I do. I'm going to go through that one. I've mentioned it a few times. I do get paid by YouTube. Hence, drop us a like, and there's a hype and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to disclose exactly how much I've earned from YouTube. And I only started this YouTube at the beginning. I've had YouTube since, I think my first video was in like 2017. No, 17 years ago it said, or something like that. Ryan, I'll see you this weekend. But I'm going to disclose exactly how much I've earned from YouTube. Just for transparency. And I only did it just so that if I ever earned money from it, it'd pay for a new tyre at Donnington at this race, which it hasn't. It'll end up paying for your racing, I wish. 155 videos in, and it's paying. I'm not saying it's not, but it is, but just not enough for a tyre yet. But I will disclose that when it, because I do the how much it costs to go racing, so I'm going to put it onto that. New brake pad. I've just done. So Johnny, it looks like you've watched one of my others where I've seen me. Oh no, I haven't disclosed that yet. The cost of racing, because obviously I had issues with brake pads warping. So a brand new set of pads warped. Used them once, warped, and I've had to buy some new ones. Right, John, thank you. Lee, money is money. Right, just like to say thanks to everyone who's watched and got involved. I'm going to try and get it so that even though racing finishes, I'm still going to do it live. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do it so that I can get I was trying to figure out how to get Lee to join it so we could both chat shit, do you know what I mean? And then we can get other people on and we can all get on it. You know what I mean? Instead of just being in comments. So it's just figuring out, I've got to figure out how to do that on YouTube. I know you can, because I've watched podcasts with that stuff. Don't be like that, Lee. You're lovely. You're a face of a winner this weekend. That's what you are. Right, come on, let's call it. Thanks everyone for watching. Drop us a subscribe, drop a like, drop a hype, all that sort of stuff. And I will catch you this weekend. See you later.